the depression was 15%. Now, during this pandemic, it increased to 40.7%, and anxiety, what it was before COVID-19 pandemic, 29%. Now it rose up to 72% during the pandemic. And living under stay-at-home orders, the students, 8 in 10 students are struggling with focus on school or work, avoiding distractions. Students are interacting most with parents during the COVID-19 physical distancing, and parents can support students simply spending time with them ranked much higher than talking about the COVID-19 news. The college students' mental wellness, the virtual face-to-face time, and high school students' digital social gatherings. Actually, 55% of the students do not know where to go for help for their mental health. Understanding the pandemic's impact on working women. Nearly 82% of women surveyed said their lives have been negatively disrupted by the pandemic. Nearly 70% of the women who said they have experienced adverse changes to their daily routines during the pandemic believe these shifts have prevented or will prevent them from progressing. Nearly 70% of the women who have experienced these disruptions are concerned their career growth may be limited as a result. As it relates to the on-demand work environment, nearly 1/3, that is 29% of the women who feel they are always need to do the available are concerned that if they are not able to fulfill this need, their career progression may be impeded. According to the World Bank, the global economic outlook during the COVID-19 pandemic, it's changed world. The pandemic is expected to plunge most countries into recession in 2020, with per capita income contracting in the largest fraction of countries globally since 1870. The COVID-19 recession has seen the fastest, steepest downgrades in the consensus growth projections among all global recessions since 1990. Most countries are expected to face recessions in 2020. According to the United Nations, the COVID-19 threatening global peace and security, UN chief warns. While the COVID-19 pandemic, first and foremost a health crisis, its implications are far more reaching and could threaten global peace and security. The UN Secretary General told members of the Security Council in a closed video conference held recently but the pandemic is also poses a significant threat to the maintenance of international peace and security, potentially leading to an increase in social unrest and violence that would greatly undermine our ability to fight the disease, he warned, later stating that the Council's engagement will be critical to mitigate these implications. The COVID-19 profoundly affecting peace across the globe, says the Secretary General in address to Security Council. The COVID-19 pandemic is profoundly affecting peace and security across the globe. Secretary General Antonio Guterres told the Security Council in a 2nd July 2021 video conference debate, pressing the chamber to use its collective influence to protect the millions of people affected by conflict and already facing acute vulnerabilities. Addressing the 15-member organ on the impact of COVID-19 on international peace and security, Mr. Guterres said the health pandemic is fast becoming a protection crisis. Collective security and our shared well-being are under assault on many fronts. He emphasized that led by relentless disease and abetted by the global fragilities, our challenge is to save lives today while buttressing the pillars of security for tomorrow. And according to the UN Environmental Program, United Nations Environmental Program, UNEP. Time to get serious about the climate change. On a warming planet, no one is safe. You have been telling us for over 3 decades of the dangers of allowing the planet to warm. The world listened, but it did not hear. The world listened, but it did not act strongly enough. As a result, the climate change is a problem that is here now. Nobody is safe, and it is getting worse faster. The COVID-19 is a threat to peace building in conflict affected nations. International Labour Organization, the COVID-19 crisis has worsened already fragile situations. The ILO, the International Labour Organization, is far more aware of its responsibility to promote peace and resilience in the time of this global pandemic. The Mumbai mayor, and coming back to India, the Mumbai mayor said third wave is here. What to do? A September surge in COVID cases tells us. The city's mayor has said that the COVID wave already upon Mumbai, pointing to a sudden spike in cases. The third wave of COVID-19 is not coming, it is here, said Kishori Pandekar. According to an announcement regarding the matter had already been made in Nagpur. Speaking of the coming festive season in Maharashtra, the mayor urged people to remain in their homes. The mandals have been asked to allow people 10 and have them work in shifts, he said. Breakthrough infections found in 25% health staff. According to a study, a little over 25% of healthcare workers were infected with coronavirus despite getting fully vaccinated. A recent study has revealed, giving an insight on the breakthrough infections due to the Delta variant. The study, jointly conducted by the Institute of Genomics and the Integrative Biology, IGIB, the Max hospitals in Delhi NCR, found that the vaccination breakthroughs were far more common during the Delta outbreak in Delhi than previously reported. A new coronavirus strain known as Mu, which was first identified in Colombia in January, has been designated a variant of interest by the World Health Organization. After being detected in Colombia, more known scientifically as B.1.621, has since been reported in other South American countries and in Europe. The Mu variant has a constellation of mutations that indicate potential properties of immune escape. The Global Health Body said recently that its weekly pandemic bulletin. The new strain of COVID-19 detected in 6 countries. The power breakfast. The ongoing coronavirus pandemic is not over yet. The new highly mutated COVID C.1.2 strain discovered in South Africa is a testimony to how dangerously the virus can adapt to bypass vaccines when the world decides to reopen prematurely. The C.1.2 variant has been termed the world's most mutated variant since the beginning of the pandemic. The new COVID variant C.1.2 causes flutter. The World Health Organization says it's watching. The World Health Organization has said that to date, there are 100 sequences of C.1.2 reported globally from the earliest report from May 21 from South Africa, and currently it does not appear to be increasing in circulation. The new variant was first found in South Africa in May. Researchers from South Africa have described the C.1.2 variant, which has 40 to 59 mutations more than the original Wuhan virus. In its spike protein, there are 14 mutations, and the speed of evolution for this variant is 1.8 times faster than average. So join the Kailasa's COVID Care Protection Centers. Register now through the link below, https:// //kailasa.org/Kailasa care. Now let's understand some more statistics. Making peace with nature is possible. If we start making peace with nature is possible if we start now. Even amid pandemic, 2021 can go down as the year we made peace with nature and set the planet to healing. Our environmental, societal, and economic challenges are interlinked. They must be tackled together. For example, we cannot achieve a sustainable development goals, including ending poverty by 2030, if climate change and ecosystem collapse are undermining food and water supplies in the world's poorest countries. We have no choice but to transform our economics and societies by valuing nature and putting its health and at the heart of all our decisions. The World Health Organization and Peace Initiative. Health and peace are interrelated. In the words of the Director General of the World Health Organization, Dr. Tedros, there cannot be health without peace, and there cannot be a peace without health. If individuals and groups enjoy equitable access to health services, fulfilling their rights to physically and mental health, and health actors design neutral health interventions that promote trust and dialogue, and communities are empowered to cope with violent conflicts, then health coverage is most universal. Grievances can be heard and addressed to generate trust around health emergency concerns. Affected communities are more likely to make meaningful contributions to peace and reconciliation and to resist incitement to violence. Menu of health and peace intervention. Reinforcing equitable access to health services and mental health and psychosocial support, support to disarmament, demobilization, reintegration, community violence reduction or prevention, cross-line technical cooperation and dialogue, and mediation and diplomatic engagement, inclusive participatory health governance. The United Nations on 21st June, on the occasion of International Day of Yoga. The theme of 2021 International Day of Yoga is Yoga for Well-being. The day will be marked at a time when COVID-19 pandemic continues to upend lives and livelihoods of people globally. Beyond its immediate impact on physical health, the COVID-19 pandemic has also exacerbated the psychological suffering and mental health problems, including depression and anxiety, as pandemic-related restrictions continue in various forms in many countries. This has highlighted the urgent need to address the mental health dimensions of the pandemic, in addition to the physical health aspects. The message of yoga in promoting health and physical mental well-being of humanity has never been more relevant. A growing trend of people around the world embracing yoga to stay healthy and rejuvenated and to fight social isolation and depression has also been witnessed during the pandemic. Yoga is also playing a significant role in the psychosocial care and rehabilitation of COVID-19 patients in quarantine and isolation. It is particularly helpful in allaying their fears and anxiety. Amid COVID-19, we need enhanced international coordination to build peace. The United States Institute of Peace. Tackling the pandemic and building resilience in fragile states requires concerted international action at local, national and global levels. As the humanitarian and economic toll of the COVID-19 pandemic continues to grow, so does the risk that this crisis will fuel a new conflict around the world while stemming prospects for resolving ongoing ones. The Sustainable Developmental Goals, the United Nations, spotlights the health benefits of yoga, ancient practice that can ease stress of our modern laptop lives. Yoga is a practice that can be relevant to all ages, relevant to all cultures, irrespective of what socio-economic status people represent. It can be used to unite our complex and difficult world to promote not only healthy lifestyles, but to promote peace and security in the world, said Dr. Nata Manapte, Executive Director at the New York office of the World Health Organization, at an event entitled Conversation Yoga for Health. The stronger health systems and universal health coverage must be a priority, remarks to the General Assembly's special session in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. For the first time since 1945, the entire world is confronted by a common threat, regardless of nationality, ethnicity, or faith. A new social contract between people, governments, the private sector, civil society, and more can tackle the roots of inequality with fair taxation and income and wealth, universal beliefs, and opportunities for all. Food systems hold key to ending world hunger. The effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. United Nations has noted a dramatic increase in world hunger. According to the state of the food security and nutrition in the world, 1/10 of the global population, as many as 811 million people, were undernourished in 2020, an increase of 118 million from 2019. According to the Eat Lancet Commission, moving towards diets with a diversity of plant-based foods, low amounts of animal source foods, unsaturated rather than saturated fats, and limited amounts of refined grains, highly processed foods, and added sugars could prevent between 19 to 24% of all adult deaths each year. International peace and security. Our contemporary world is showing no signs of decline in the intensity of violence, conflict, crime, displacement, and the prevalence of continued state of tension in many regions of the world. According to the UN report, in the year 2019 alone, about 55% of the 358 political conflicts worldwide involved the use of violence. Geopolitical tensions, which have been on the rise even before the COVID-19 pandemic, have an only prolonged violent conflict, making it difficult for policymakers to come together and resolve their differences peacefully and amicably. The last decade witnessed the highest number of people internationally displaced by conflict and violence. The international peace and security, what Vedic tradition beautifully describes, that yastu sarvani bhutani atmani ivanu pushyati sarva bhuteshu chatmanam tatona vigu gupyate. That means the verse from Isha Upanishad verse 6, and the meaning of this verse is the inner peace leads to world peace. Now let us listen from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the contributions of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism for this global peace. Now let's listen from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's own voice that self-transformation, secret to achieve global peace?
Social answer means I'll tell, oh, you should all work for global peace. You should all work for turning the world. You should work for revolution. You should work for all these, that things. You should vote only the party which says that it will stop the war and all these things. This is the social answer. Nonsense. If you want the honest answer, I tell you, simply transform yourself. You can't do anything. If at all you can do, you would have done it. Be honest. If you can do, you would have done it. You are raising this question because you are not able to do. Am I right? So let us be very clear. Let us be honest. We are not able to do. Socially. That's the truth. That's the reason you are sitting here and raising the question. I tell you, understand few important things. There are a lot more attached to this question. There are many things which is attached to this question. We always feel the present is the world is totally spoiled. It is not going according to the rules or how it is supposed to be. It was wonderful once upon a time. In ancient time, things were going properly. Everything was well and great. And I tell you, 10,000 years ago, they found some writings on stone in Harappa Mohenjo-daro culture. Some stone writings have been discovered. The other day I read a beautiful book about that stone writings. That writings, it says, oh, nowadays the society is not as it should be. So much of war. There is no peace. In the early times, there was so much of peace. Society was really great. Things were as it should be. And it almost looks like a today newspaper editorial. 10,000 years ago, the same thing carved on a stone. Then understand, there was no such time as only good prevailed. It is just a fantasy. Hinduism, they call it Satya Yuga, the age of truth. There was a time only truth prevailed. And every religion, Christianity, they say the Garden of Adam and Eve. There was a time everything was wonderful. Every religion has got the fantasy. The past was great. There was golden past. Always the idea of golden past exists only in the past. The more you go back, again you say the past was great. And I tell you one thing, it is a wonderful way of postponing accepting the reality. Otherwise, I can be sure the world was same as it is today. Whether it is 5,000 years ago or 10,000 years ago. Maybe one thing, there was no CNN channel that time. So the news did not reach you so quickly. That's all. The news did not reach you so quickly. That may be the only difference. But otherwise, I can be sure the good and the bad was equal. Good and the bad was equal. The same amount of wars were there. All the other things were there. You read the Puranas, the mythological stories of India, you see enough of things. Enough of dirty things. I think sometimes I find a little more. And if you read completely the Puranas or the Hindu scriptures, there are a lot of things much worse than modern day. The criminal activities or bad things or negative things, whatever you say, all this stuff. And never think only present day is corrupted or violent. In the ancient days also, all these things were there. Only one thing was not there, the CNN news or the internet. So the news did not reach you. But otherwise I can tell you, enough the good and bad was there. It always will exist. It will exist. All you can do is, if you awaken yourself, if you reach the enlightenment state, you can go beyond it. And I tell you, enlightenment is the only service you can do to the society. Just become enlightened so that you will reduce the negativity. Now, as of now, you are also the part of negative group. Naturally, we will be a negative group. As long as we are unenlightened, we will be the part of collective negative consciousness. So if you become enlightened, at least you will reduce your weight. That's the only thing we can do. Nothing else can be done. So all I request you to do is just become enlightened. Realize that you are a lion. That's the only way to help yourself and the society. Otherwise, all revolutions, you see, all revolution again end up as one more tradition. In last 2000 years, 3000 wars have happened in the humanity. In 2000 years, 3000 wars. Human beings have not done anything except doing wars, except fighting. Everybody claims he wants to do revolution. He wants to spread peace. You see, every country claims their army is a defensive army. Then who is offending? Tell me. Every country says defensive army. Then who is offending? These are all just, games. The idea of peace is a pure game. Everybody wants to spread the peace according to them, not according to the other person. They want peace according to them. The other day I was in one interreligious gathering. One guy is preaching, let all of you convert to my religion so that we will not have fight. He wants peace the way in which he wanted, not the way in which. And there's a beautiful saying, the sword of Muhammad, it is written, peace alone should survive, something like that. He has written some statement about the peace on the sword. We all take sword to spread the peace. So no revolution is going to help, because in the last 2000 years, 3000 revolutions have happened, but still world is same, I think much worse. So no revolution is going to help, only individual evolution is going to help. So be very clear. Instead of working in the outer world, start working in the inner world. That will help you and society some way. Social answer means I'll tell. Social answer means I'll tell.
Listen carefully. The space of Shanti, the space of Shanti is where Kailasa grows. Listen carefully. It is in the deep powerfulness of peace, or peace-centered powerfulness is the ground, breeding ground for Paramashivatva to manifest. Please understand. Like how pure mirror reflects everything, pure Shanti-based Shakti, peace-based powerfulness reflects Paramashiva. Paramashiva manifests in peace-based powerfulness. Please understand. Neither violence nor powerlessness. Powerlessness is weakness. Violence is abusive. Peace-centered powerfulness. Powerfulness-centered peace. All the Upanishads starts with peace, completes with peace. Shanti mantra. Starts with Shanti mantra, gets completed with Shanti mantra. Peace-based powerfulness is a fundamental requirement for Paramashivatva to manifest. That is why people who don't want us to manifest Paramashivatva or power manifestation do not want to allow the peace in our life or do not want peace in our campus. Understand? But only if you are peaceful, which cannot be shaken even by the demons and devils and rakshasas, we can be in eternal peace. So, remember this very clearly. Peace alters the very DNA structure, genetic structure, the core Anu Mahat structure. Understand? Anoraniyan Magato Mahiyan. The consciousness in you is atom inside the atom, Mahat, more than Mahat. That Anoraniyan Magato Mahiyan. That consciousness starts growing in you with more and more peace-based powerfulness developing in you. Nothing can be compared to unclutching. Spend more and more time, energy in unclutching. It will never be wasted. Time spent on unclutching is the most productive time for you in your life, because unclutching completely makes you altogether a different material. Understand? It makes your very biomemory, muscle memory, core structure, molecular structure, genetic structure, DNA structure, everything. All the 8 energy flow circuits, 7 energy flows, 1 the pure conscious explosion. So totally 8 energy flow circuits exist in you. All the 8 explodes when you unclutch. Understand? Unclutching is the space of Sri Kailasa.
Now we'll see every prayer in Hinduism ends with peace.
Every chanting, every prayer in Hinduism ends with Shanti, Shanti, Shanti 3 times. Means peace, peace, peace. Hinduism is the real religion. Loving peace, living peace. Individual level, social level, global level. Understand? Hinduism lost all its 56 nations, 200 states, 10,000 kingdoms, samsthanas, is not a loss to Hinduism, it is a loss to planet Earth, human beings. Wherever Hinduism is practiced, kept alive, the ideal of global peace is kept alive. Just do this one simple statistics. You yourself study. Google and study. Take the top 10 religions and list how many people they converted in last 200 years, how many people they killed. List for each religion. I can be 200% sure you yourself will realize Hinduism is the most peace-loving and peace-living religion, neither conversion nor terrorism. Neither conversion nor terrorism. Being the supreme pontiff of the most peace-loving, peace-living religion, I give you all my blessings on this International Peace Day. Understand, it is we Hindus need to keep the global peace as a living possibility, and we need to make this global peace as reality. Just talking about global peace will not work. Working for global peace only is the responsibility of the real living Hindu. Anyone who wants to claim themselves as a Hindu or practicing Hindu should work for global peace. Global peace is our responsibility.
Now, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism says Hindus have the responsibility to bring global peace.
Hindus have the responsibility to bring global peace. So you can also throw a challenge. See, if you are making a Hindu micronation, you can throw this challenge to each one, your friends, family, 10 people. Let them participate in the challenge and then let them send a challenge to others. So I welcome all the living and practicing Hindus to become founding fathers of Kailasa micronation in your countries. You can also make a challenge, like how they made ice bucket challenge and all that. We can make a challenge. You form Hindu micronation and claim, I am the founding father of the Hindu micronation Kailasa. And then you can invite your family, friends for a challenge. 11 people. You form and you challenge 11 people and they also form and they spread. So let us start spreading. This project is my message on this International Day of Peace. Let us start working for global peace instead of just talking. The work we do will talk for us. The talk we do will not work for us. This is the message. The work we do will talk for us. The talk we do will not work for us. Global peace is responsibility of Hindus. We living, practicing Hindus not only we should achieve the individual peace through unclutching yoga meditation, we should also create an ecosystem where the global peace starts manifesting. This Kailasa Hindu micronation is the enlightenment ecosystem. I request every living practicing Hindu to manifest, do it. So the global peace can manifest from these Kailasa Hindu micronations all over the world.
Now, the Kailasa's mission on global peace and the super consciousness breakthrough. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the founder and the spiritual head of Kailasa, the revival of the ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation, which is being revived by the displaced Hindus from around the world. The sovereign order of Kailasa, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Nithyananda order of monks, nuns, and Hindu diaspora, are working for global peace and to give a super consciousness breakthrough to humanity. It is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's mission to recreate a conscious world where the global issues are at the climate, economic, social, health, and humanitarian levels cease to exist from their very root, turning the problems of poverty, hunger, violence, discrimination into powerful living through the experience of oneness. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been working from the very grassroots level to usher in an era of peace at all levels, individual, societal, national, and global. His deep insights into the workings of the human mind, body, emotions have enabled him to powerfully and directly address various social and emotional problems facing humanity today. The life solutions based on the ancient Hindu tradition, the meditation and yoga techniques from the scriptures, the cognitions are rooted in the highest truth, the lifestyle based on living and radiating the higher values of life, and powerful way of living and realizing one's ultimate potential from the foundation of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's teachings, which by their inherent nature provide the foundation for peace on planet Earth. In a short period of public life, he has contributed to humanity in the areas of meditation, healing, health and wellness, yoga, medicine, education, lifestyle, and science and technology. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been working on creating and teaching people. First, the significance of peace and how to achieve it. Second, the working for higher consciousness, life and lifestyle. Third, the reducing the collective negativity in thought, words, and actions. Fourth, living in oneness, peaceful coexistence with humanity and nature. Fifth, the manifesting superhuman powers for a better quality of life. More than 20 million people in 347 cities in 196 countries over 6 continents revere and follow the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has launched the Minutes for Peace initiative, which aim to reduce crime globally by conducting mass meditations around the world in parallel. In 2014, just after 2 years of launching the program, it crossed over 1 billion minutes of meditation. The scientific studies have shown a reduced crime rate after participation in the meditation and completion technique. In 1976, it was found that when 1% of community practiced meditation and puja, the crime rate was reduced by 16% on an average. The current tally on the Minutes for Peace website is more than 4.3 billion cumulative minutes of meditation logged. include all the events, programs, festivities where people have gathered in large numbers and participated in meditations and rituals. The local count comes out to be a staggering, the total count comes out to be a staggering of 409 billion minutes for peace so far. Now you can see the pictures where the about 5,000 devotees gathered and participated in a 48-day meditation program called Shuddhadvaitam. Now, some more of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's contributions. One of the important thing is Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has hosted Kumbh Mela in the Western countries, especially started in Los Angeles since 2007. Nithyananda Sangha is entrusted as the only organization to host Kumbh Mela outside India by the Akhila Bharatiya Akhada Parishad. In September 2006, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism organized the first confluence for the world peace to honor the memory of those who lost their lives saving others on September 11, 2001 at Irvine, California, United States of America. The second confluence for peace was held in Los Angeles in 2007 in collaboration with Vedanta Society, BAPS, ISKCON, Siddha Yoga, and other organizations. The Kumbh Mela festival spread fast to other countries, including Australia, Canada, etc. In 2009, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism organized a month-long peace walk covering the 1,000 kilometers and 1,000 villages to bring together in harmony from all walks of life, to promote healing connection and oneness among people. During the walk, health camps were conducted in villages along its path. His Holiness has conducted a large-scale collective meditations on September 21st, International Peace Day, to raise the collective consciousness and awareness of peace. One of the greatest contribution to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is initiation thousands into the sannyas. Sannyas is our social responsibility, let us say Hinduism and humanity. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revitalized the monastic tradition of sannyas by initiating hundreds of people into the Nithyananda monastic order. The all-renouncing monks contribute the best things to human civilization, living their life with the cognition that life is for others. These monks and nuns act as harbingers of peace and empowerment for the human society distraught with violence, depression, and other forms of life negativity. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revived the ancient practice of embarking on pilgrimages. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has also revived the ancient practice of embarking on pilgrimages, that is, spiritual journeys, taking the spiritual aspirants to high energy sacred spots such as the Himalayas, Kailasa, Varanasi, Angkor Wat, which is in Cambodia, and various powerful temples of India. Even though prevalent in India, this practice is rapidly losing its original context, turning into a recreational family vacation. Reviving the original spiritual context, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has made it possible for modern-day human beings to benefit from the spiritual energy present at these centers and accelerate their journey and spiritual evolution, hence ensuring individual and collective peace as a natural consequence. The revival, now one of the greatest contribution is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has established the Kailasa's ecosystems around the world, majorly the temple-based ecosystems. And he has revived these temple-based ecosystems, a revival of the temple ecosystems and temple sciences. Now let's understand in his own words, the revival, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism explains about the science of the temples.
You are
What are the visible and invisible functions of this temple? Please tell us, Swamiji.
Read the next question also. Both.
As we see in our present time, towers of mobile, TV or dish TV antennas everywhere connecting invisibility to satellites, doing an incredible function for individuals and for society. My question is, there is and was everywhere temples and deities in this culture. Anybody coming from outside just wonder, is this just sentimental carved stones worshipping culture or just artistic sculpture? What is the invisible function of temples, deities?
See, both questions, same answer. That is the reason I wanted to answer both the questions together. Modern day dish TVs, antennas, mobile towers, all of them work in the level of certain frequency where the words, pictures, visuals can be transmitted. See, the verbalization and visualization, names and forms can be transmitted from one place to another place through these mobile towers, dish TV antennas. But the temple towers are created to transmit super consciousness from one place to another place. Please understand. In Meenakshi's time, there was television, conscious television. It used to be in stone slab. And if you just sit in front of that stone TV, meditate, connect with Meenakshi, she will appear live and answer whatever you want. So each of the stone slabs only slowly later on became deities. You can see in our temples this happening. The TVs in which I am appearing and speaking are slowly becoming deities. They are receiving worship. Flowers are offered to it. Aarti is done to it. Incense is given to it. Now, all our temples are planning to have a separate throne for this TV. In Los Angeles, already I am on the throne. The TV is in the throne. The TV, in which people are seeing me, have already become deity. Same way, please understand, the stones through which people were able to connect with the super consciousness have become deities. Same way, all our temples, deities, everything is a connecting mechanism with super consciousness. The mechanism which connects with the super consciousness. Please understand, the deities and temples are not just sentimental carved stones, or they are not just artistic sculptures. They are conscious transmitters. They raise you to the super consciousness. In each house in Vedic tradition, we have a puja room. All the puja rooms are your private conscious airport, are conscious transmission centers. The main temple is the place from where continuous super consciousness is radiating. So if you just sit and connect with a deep feeling connection, see, in those days human beings were so beautiful and simple. Just remembering the name of the deity is enough. They are already in connection with the deity. That feeling connection. When I read Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, it says, sit in Siddhasana and be in Samadhi. That's all. So the human beings were so simple in those days. Just if you sit in Siddhasana, you are already in Samadhi. If you sit, your mind sits. Now, if you sit, your mind sits. Mind is completely away from the body. In those days, human beings are so simple and intelligent. All the non-mechanical parts of their brain were awakened. It is Western culture which killed the non-mechanical parts of the brain, the functions of the non-mechanical parts of the brain. Please understand, in the Vedic civilization, always human beings were brought up in such a way that non-mechanical parts of the brain was fully alive and awakened. It is a cultural invasion, destroyed the greatest possibility of the human being when the non-mechanical parts of the brain is not functioning anymore. The temples, deities, all these are looking useless. Otherwise, they are a huge conscious infrastructure. Please understand. One example, suddenly, if we find some method to travel just 20 feet above the air or 30 feet above the air without petrol or diesel, all our automobiles, roads, everything will become useless. Then you will wonder, why so many automobile industries are established? Why so many cars are produced? Why this huge road? Waste. I think our ancestors are fools. You don't understand. At one period, it was used. It was being useful. Our temples, our deities, all these are useful if all your non-mechanical parts of the brain is awakened. Unclutching is the process to awaken your non-mechanical parts of the brain. When your non-mechanical parts of the brain is awakened, you will understand temples, deities, how useful they are, how directly useful they are, how they are part of our life, how they enrich our life, and how they make human beings intelligent, enlightened. These are the methods created to create enlightened civilization. These grand temples are not built as an just monument. They are built as a conscious movement. It is not like Egyptian pyramids, monuments. No. It is conscious movement to raise human beings to the highest consciousness, to make human beings experience the highest purpose. Understand, unclutch, use the temples to achieve the highest consciousness.
Now, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism speaks about the deities holding energy when doing prana pratishtha.
Actually, after the great pause settling, I wanted to do this Kumbhabhishekam, and then the Shivacharyas have advised us that only after the Uttrayanam, Uttrayana Punyakala, means after the Uttrayana starts, we are having a good date, Uttamottama date for Kumbhabhishekam. So that's the reason we waited. And see, fundamentally, deity intensely receives the energy like a lightning and holds it and manifests continuously for the whole humanity. You see, it's like if I have to talk to you in a normal social language, it's like a lightning holder. See, I can get into the samadhi, one with Paramashiva, and bring the whole thing to planet Earth. But the deity should be able to hold it and manifest it, radiate it for the humanity. So that is the reason the beautiful, dense, most dense granite deity is made. The earlier, the Avudayar we made, too much of power manifestation, it has given crack in multiple places. I don't know how you guys will be able to believe. Maybe I'll tell them to show the video. Such dense granite cracks to pieces and so carefully maintained with so much of all the Abhishekam, Puja and everything. Crack is the last thing you can imagine in dense granite, but so many places that earlier Avudayar has had, and that's the reason we made the new deity with more dense granite now. More dense granite, the deity is done, so it can withstand the power manifestation and hold the power for quite a long time. Maybe at least next 12 years it can hold. And before that I'm planning for the different level of granite for Avudayar. I wanted to teleport from the other planets where the 100 times more dense than planet Earth's granite is available. And anyhow, all that I'll do it and then show, and instead of giving material for trolls, I'll give information after everything is achieved, after everything is done.
Now, let us see the revelations of the Devi Parashakti. On 12th May 2021, Devi revealed that I came as Nija Avatar. I am blessing you. Listen. People, listen. To do good to all of you, I have taken the form of Nithyananda and came down as Nija Avatar. People of India, listen. Carefully listen. Time after time, Bharatam is Jnana Bhumi, where enlightened beings come, and we cannot make Jnana Bhumi as infertile. Enlightenment beings have to come. They have to live and it has to flower. Few hypocrites, because they are stuck in delusion, we cannot sacrifice the world. Cosmos cannot be destroyed. The ship I did to save cosmos from being destroyed, that is called Adi Kailasa. The ship I did to protect beings from Pralaya is Adi Kailasa. Because of conspiracy of Drohis and enemies rule, the captain has to leave the ship. Before 12 years, knowing the great deluge that is going to happen, all Aushadas by this Guru Purnima, that Jnana Rasavadam, Navapashana is going to flower. All the people come and take dip in Navapashana flower. People whoever comes and dip in Vaidya Sarovar, they will not have corona, they will not have death. Crores and crores of people will come in line every day and will come and dip in Ananda Lingam. On 13th May 2021, Devi revealed that, listen well to my words. For India, I may ship as protection the Nithyananda Navapashana Lingam in Vaidya Sarovar. Go to Adi Kailasa, O Indians, listen. All those regretting losing Nithyananda Nija Avatara without confusion and without talking, just as a lip service, go to Adi Kailasa. On 13th May, Devi continued that crores of people will come there looking for health, Navapashana water feast and medicine. To get health and protection and enlightenment, to protect India from the great destruction, I, Parashakti, made this huge ship, and even if captain is not there, ship is there. On 14th May 2021, Devi revealed that whoever comes to Adi Kailasa and does the good work of saving people from deadly corona, I myself will do all of their work, life's work. This is a commitment Paramashakti is giving you all. Parameshwari, I will do what I say. On 19th May 2021, Devi revealed that to save people from corona, I have set up a huge ship, Ananda Sarovar, Vaidya Sarovar, and Ananda Lingam. I have made this it in Adi Kailasa. Go there and take water every day. Worship Anandalingam, water, turmeric, milk, and neem rasam showered on Navapashanam are the medicines for this. The doors of Adi Kailasa will be open for all those who come with trust. It will protect body, and it will give conscious health. It will also give highest powers, dharma, artha, kama, moksha, jnana powers, and the God beyond karma. Adi Kailasa life will give all the goodness. On 31st May 2021, Devi revealed that the hell of Krimi Bhojanam mentioned by the Vyasa in Garuda Puranam has opened and is directly falling on India as thunder. Running to Adi Kailasa and preventing it is the only way. I have opened Adi Kailasa for those who want to save their lives. All of you run to Adi Kailasa. On 11th June 2021, Devi revealed that drop the foolish mind with business motive of bargaining, attain surrender, and go to Adi Kailasa. Be in Adi Kailasa. I will do good to you. On 18th June 2021, Devi revealed that for saving your life, go to Adi Kailasa. Best life is there. Before Corona takes your life away, go to Adi Kailasa and save your life. On 5th July 2021, Devi revealed that the soil of Adi Kailasa is the Sarva Roga Nivarani, that means cure for all diseases. For all the diseases in the world, Paramashakti, myself taking the form of Nithyananda as Nija Avatara, walking there barefoot for many years, manifesting all powers, the very soil was converted into great medicine that solves all karmas. Taking the soil of Adi Kailas and mixing it with the water of Navapashana Linga, Vaidya Sarovar, and by applying it, all pains will vanish, breaking the attachment to body. It will make you enlightened. Goodness is there. I told the truth. Go to Adi Kailasa. When the first world countries closed their borders during a massive global emergency, Kailasa has opened its doors to all without exception. The various COVID care centers open across India are Adi Kailas, Enbedidi, Bangalore, Salem Adhinam, Tiruvannamalai Adhinam, Rajapalam Adhinam, Pattanam Adhinam, Srirangapadi Adhinam, and Madurai Adhinam, Avatipalam Adhinam, Huzur Adhinam, all are in Tamil Nadu, and Puduvai Adhinam in Pondicherry, Sripuram Adhinam in Hyderabad, and Baroda Adhinam in Gujarat. Kailasa rushes to aid India as India finds itself on the verge of COVID-19 third wave. Multiple free COVID care centers opened across India and various social services offered during the pandemic and Kailasa's de facto spiritual embassies across India and also various social spiritual services offered. The cosmic revelations on global pandemic. the free social services offered during the pandemic in de facto spiritual embassies across India are medical care, allopathy, Ayurvedic and Siddha medicine, infrastructure to accommodate thousands, and accommodation for multi-layered quarantine, emergency ambulances, that is ICU on wheels, personal protective medical equipment, food security management, and through the food banks and organic farming. Now you can see some of the glimpses of the Adi Kailasa COVID Care Protection Center. Participants enjoy how they are enjoying their life, not only saved by the pandemic, and they are enjoying thoroughly. Participants of the COVID care program offered by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism are enjoying a healthy, blissful, and spiritual lifestyle in multi-layered protection. You can see some more glimpses. They enjoy a stress-free time following a spiritual morning routine, doing yoga and daily puja. And you can see the Adi Kailas, the COVID care production. Participants enjoy life offering the temple-based ecosystem, serving the deities, doing the abhishekams, alankarams, offering the naivedyams, part and parcel of the living the lifestyle in the temples. And now we can see the various karaseva that they do. And you can see the celebrations, festivals. And you can see the Varalakshmi Puja at the Adi Kailasa. The participants are offering the puja. And the female devotees offering puja to Goddess Lakshmi and listening to the Mahima, the Katha. And recent Maha Ganapati celebrations at the Adi Kailasa. The participants made the Ganesha from the mud. You can see how the participants are made the Ganesha for the celebration. Join the COVID care protection centers and register now through the link below, https://kailasa.org/Kailasa care. Now, I would like to introduce all whatever you have heard, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's contributions, reviving the temple-based ecosystems, adding to the solution, not only adding to the world peace, the solution to the pandemic, the joining the Kailasa's ecosystems and following in the teachings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And the sovereign order of Kailasa worldwide, inspired and guided by the vision of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to save lives. A one-of-a-kind humanitarian charitable services massively mobilized to provide protection and preventive COVID care in this testing time of global meltdown. Through its initiative, Kailasa has been consistently supporting people through free food banks, that is Annadan, free medical care, and many more services. The impact of mental disorders and lack of spiritual strength during a humanitarian crisis are often difficult to assess and inflict lasting damage. To assess this, Kailasa is offering spiritual programs, temple events, and spiritual healings online. Now, these services are the United Nations recognizes Kailasa's report on COVID-19 and multilateralism. Kailasa's recommendations on COVID-19 and multilateralism to be presented at the United Nations General Assembly and Human Rights Council. The Kailasa's report and recommendations on an international treaty on COVID-19 got accepted and published by the United Nations. Surviving the highly contagious COVID-19, where the world is only as resilient as the least resilient country, and person requires the true multilateralism, governments, organizations, and people to collectively address the crisis. Kailasa has been successfully providing grassroots solid solutions in multifarious ways, including the providing sustainable community livings with the multi-layered quarantine, educating citizens on individual pandemic, leveraging best of different economic systems based on charity, barter, and money, providing food security and traditional Hindu medicine. These unique contributions have been recognized by the United Nations. You can see the report from their website, and also from their website, https://ohchr.org. And you can see the link projected at the bottom of this page, this slide. You can click on that link and in the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's Facebook profile, you can find this link and find the full documentation. You can go through the documentation of the various suggestions were very well appreciated by the United Nations. So join the COVID care protection centers. Register now through the link below, https://kailasa.org/Kailasa care. The link again, https://kailasa.org/Kailasa care. Now we'll moving on to the next part of the segment after a very short break.
காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினி உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி.
ஓம் 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 ஓம். காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினி உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி. ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி. ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி. ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி.
காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினிவில் உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி. ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி. ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி. ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி.
ஓம் 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 ஓம்.
காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினிவில் உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி. ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி. ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி. ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி.
ஓம் 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 ஓம்.
காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினிவில் உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம்
Connecting with the divine with your eyes closed is meditation. Connecting with the divine with your eyes open is darshan. Come, let us all now move from meditation to darshan. Slowly Very slowly, please open your eyes.
Shivaya Namah, 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 Shivaya Namah.
சிவாய நம உபாயம் தரும் அனுதினம் விடாது வினை தொடாது விடும் பணிந்திட சிவாய நம மந்திரம் மறவாத ஒரு நாள் மடமனு சிவாய நம உபாயம் தரும் அனுதினம் விடாது வினை தொடாது விடும் பணிந்திட சிவாய நம மந்திரம் மறவாத ஒரு நாள் மடமனு எம்மையாகின்ற அருணை மலையான கருணையில் அருளவாராய் பஞ்சபூதத்தில் ஆட்சி புரிகின்ற நித்யனே இறங்கி வாராய் தூணிலும் துரும்பிலும் எனதுயிரிலும் நிறைந்து ஆட்கொண்டவா கனவிலும் நினைவிலும் இவை பொழுதிலும் எம்மை காக்கின்றவா தூணிலும் துரும்பிலும் எனதுயிரிலும் நிறைந்து ஆட்கொண்டவா கனவிலும் நினைவிலும் இவை பொழுதிலும் எம்மை காக்கின்றவா தடைகளை உடைத்து எதிரியை ஒழித்து சிவமயமாக்கிடவா உன் தரிசனம் காட்டில் கொடிதனை நாட்டில் நீரானே இந்நாட்டின் ராஜாதி ராஜனே சிவாய நம உபாயம் தரும் அனுதினம் விடாது வினை தொடாது விடும் பணிந்திட சிவாய நம மந்திரம் மறவாத ஒரு நாள் மடமனு சிவாய நம உபாயம் தரும் அனுதினம் விடாது வினை தொடாது விடும் பணிந்திட சிவாய நம மந்திரம் மறவாத ஒரு நாள் மடமனு pani zani zari 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 pani pama pama gaza pani pani zani zari 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 pani pama pama gama pama pama pani pama pama gama pama 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 gaza pama 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 pani pama pama gama pama gama zari 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 pani zani zari 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 pani zani zari 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 pani zani zari 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 pani zani zari 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 மண்ணிலே மாண்டு போகும் நோய்களில் வீழ்ந்து போகும் எண்ணிலா பிறப்பெடுத்து துதிக்கின்றோம் கண்ணிலே நீர் வடிந்து தன்னிலை தேற்றி வந்து எல்லையில்லா உன் வடிவை துதிக்கின்றோம் மரம் காற்றாய் அலைத்தோடும் எனும் போதும் கைவிட மாட்டோம் இடைவிண்ணை தொடும் நேரம் நீயே பார்த்துக்கொள் மரம் காற்றாய் அலைத்தோடும் எனும் போதும் கைவிட மாட்டோம் இடைவிண்ணை தொடும் நேரம் நீயே பார்த்துக்கொள் சுடும் தீயில் விடும் தேகம் பதம் பற்றிடும் சிவாய நம உபாயம் தரும் அனுதினம் விடாது வினை தொடாது விடும் பணிந்திட சிவாய நம மந்திரம் மறவாத ஒரு நாள் மடமனு சிவாய நம உபாயம் தரும் அனுதினம் விடாது வினை தொடாது விடும் பணிந்திட சிவாய நம மந்திரம் மறவாத ஒரு நாள் மடமனு காணல் நீரிந்த உலகம் என் நிலையாது தடைகளில் தேங்கி நின்றேன் வழி தெரியாது காணல் நீரிந்த உலகம் என் நிலையாது தடைகளில் தேங்கி நின்றேன் வழி தெரியாது என்னுள் வினா எழுகின்ற போது உன்னில் விடை இருந்திடுவதா வானம் மழை தடுக்கின்ற போது சேரும் மழை உடைத்திடும் அல்லவோ நீக்கி வழியாக்கி உன்னை நோக்கி வந்திட அருள்களை தருவாய். சிவாய நம உபாயம் தரும் அனுதினம் விடாது வினை தொடாது விடும் பணிந்திட. சிவாய நம மந்திரம் மறவாத ஒரு நாள் மடமனு. சிவாய நம உபாயம் தரும் அனுதினம் விடாது வினை தொடாது விடும் பணிந்திட. சிவாய நம மந்திரம் மறவாத ஒரு நாள் மடமனு. எம்மையாகின்ற அருணை மலையானே கருணையில் அருளவாராய். பஞ்சபூதத்தில் ஆட்சி புரிகின்ற நித்தியனே விலகி வாராய். தூணிலும் துரும்பிலும் எனதுயிரிலும் இருந்து ஆட்கொண்டவா. கனவிலும் நினைவிலும் இமை பொழுதிலும் எம்மை காக்கின்றவா. தூணிலும் துரும்பிலும் எனதுயிரிலும் இருந்து ஆட்கொண்டவா. கனவிலும் நினைவிலும் இமை பொழுதிலும் எம்மை காக்கின்றவா. தடைகளை உடைத்து எதிரியை ஒழித்து சிவமயமாக்கிடவா. உன் தரிசனம் காட்டில் கொடி தடை நாட்டில் நீதானே இந்நாட்டின் ராஜாதி ராஜனே. சிவாய நம உபாய தரும் அனுதினம் விடாது வினை தொடாது விடும் பணிந்திட. சிவாய நம மந்திரம் மறவாத ஒரு நாள் மடமனு. சிவாய நம உபாய தரும் அனுதினம் விடாது வினை தொடாது விடும் பணிந்திட. சிவாய நம மந்திரம் மறவாத ஒரு நாள் மடமனு. சிவாய நம உபாய தரும் அனுதினம் விடாத வினை தொடாது விடும் பணிந்திட. சிவாய நம மந்திரம் மறவாத ஒரு நாள் மடமனு. राजाय प्रशक्यशालिने नमो वयं वै श्रवणाय कुर्महे कामे कामाय मह्यपुष्पामेश्वरो वै श्रवणो ददातु कुबेराय वै श्रवणाय महाराजाय नमः.
சனடி போற்றி சிவன் சேவடி போற்றி நேயத்தே நின்றறி மலனடி போற்றி பிறப்பருக்கும் மன்னனடி போற்றி சீரார் பெரும் துறை நம் தேவனடி போற்றி ஆராது இன்பம் அருளும் மலை போற்றி. ஈசனே சிந்தை கவல நேசனே நீ வருவாய் பூவோடு கனிகளை கொண்டு உன்னை பூஜித்தோ அருள் தருவாய். கலி என்னும் கடலினில் மூழ்கிட்டே எம்மை நீ கரம் வந்து காத்திட்டு கருணை பொய்கையில் அலர்ந்திட்ட அளவற்றும் போல உன் திருவடியில் வாண்டிட நிற்கிறேன். வாராய் அருணாச்சலனே நீ வாராய் அகண்ட ஜோதியனே வாராய் அல்லல் நீக்கிடவே வாராய் அகிலம் போற்றுகின்ற ஈசனே சிந்தை கவர்ந்த நேசனே நீ வருவாய் பூவோடு கனிகளை கொண்டு பூஜித்தோ அருள் தருவாய். சூலமும் வெயிலில் வில்வமும் நிறையா கடல் நீர் குடியோடு தரிசனம் அருளவா. செம்பொன் மாட சிற்றவைதனிலே சிந்தை கவர்ந்த உன்னை சிக்கன பிடித்தேனே. வந்தும் புகழ் பெறும் நான் வரை நாயனா மதியனில் இறைந்திடுவாய். மதி உணராதவர்க்கு மதி உணர் செய்திட வான்படு நீ ஏந்திவாய். அறவாடிட சூழ்ந்திட சேர நீ வருவாய். அகம் உணர்ந்திட புறம் மகிழ்ந்திட புலித்தோலோடு நீ வருவாய். சக்தி சகித சுந்தரேச சித்து அச்சித்தெல்லாம் முன்னாலே இயக்கும் முன்னாலே உந்தன் கண்டாலே சிகையில் அணிந்திட்ட மதியாலே மதியின் மொழியாலே தெளிந்திடும் வழியாலே ஜீவன் முக்தி பெற விழைந்தோமே உந்தன் திருவடியை தொழுதோமே ஆகினாய் கிளியாகினாய் கேள்வி காண மகிழ்வாகினாய் ஒளியாகினாய் மகுவாகினாய் மகுவாகி அருள்படி தரும் கல்வ விதைகள் தீர்க்கும் காசிநாதனே எங்கள் கல்வம் நோக்கி எப்பயாலும் நேசனே ஏகாந்தமாக ஏக பாதம் தூக்கியே மதியாரை காக்க வேண்டும் நித்யநந்தனே ஈசனே சிந்தை கவல வந்த நேசனே நீ வருவாய் கதிகல சரணதை நோயே காத்திரவா அருணாச்சலனே நீ வாராய் அரண்ட ஜோதியலே வாராய் அகிலம் போச்சிடவே வாராய் நித்யானந்தனே
ஓம் நித்யானந்தேஸ்வர परमशिवसमारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि परमशक्तिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् I welcome you all with my love and respect. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Sarvanyapita Kartas, Yajamans, Sarvavarityagis, sitting with us all over the world. Mantreshwaras, Vidyeshwaras, Ganeshwaras, Lokeshwaras, Astreshwaras, with my love and blessings. Paramashiva's message directly from Kailasa. Listen. Conscious sovereignty becomes your reality just by spending your time and space to understand, cognize, realize conscious sovereignty. No other pre-qualification is required. Listen. You spent a lot of time and space in forgetting your conscious sovereign state. So at least 1% of the time you need to spend now. Listen, the time you spent to forget your conscious sovereign state, if it is 100 hours, now at least you need to spend 1 hour. To remember your conscious sovereignty. You don't need to spend 100 hours again. Because to bring ignorance, it takes a lot of time. To bring enlightenment, it doesn't take much time. It doesn't take same time. 1,000 years, a room was in darkness. You don't need 1,000 years to light that room. Just one candle is enough. One lamp is enough. The room is lit. So, you need to spend at least 1% of the time, but you need to spend time and space. Be very clear. Listen carefully. With whatever you spend time, that will become part of you. For example, if I was sitting in India and spending time waging a stupid war imposed on me by these yellow journalists, and this actually in Indian yellow journalists they run pornography added with violence in the name of journalism. That's all. They just run pornography and violence mixed in high dosage and use celebrities as the characters and sell pornography material to common mass and keep the common mass in a very cheap, low standard of the mentality. That's all. So if I spent my time and space with them, waging war with them, by the time I am 50, even if I win the war with them, purpose of my life would have been defeated. Because I spent all my time on stupid war forced on me with the stupid people. And if I was there in India, they would have killed by now, either through the mob lynching. There are so many methodologies. They have a clear toolkits how to do this mob lynching, how they have done that. Two sadhus and his assistant in Maharashtra or Madhya Pradesh, I don't know, the Junakada sadhus, how they have been murdered. First, they told that these sadhus are child kidnappers. They spread the lies and false information and killed them. Fortunately, we know their identity and they are from a very well-known Akada and Mahants. And they have come just then to that area. They were actually crashing. So all that information was available, including the video of police handing them over to the criminals for murder. Palghar district, Maharashtra. This. So because we got so much of evidence, we were able to prove it is a lynching, mob lynching. So this incident, they failed. The Hindu-phobic terrorists, they failed in this incident. Investigation revealed the truth. But they have a toolkit, a very organized toolkit, how to make somebody look like antisocial and then take the law in their hand and kill. If I was sitting in India and waging this stupid war, even if I won, the purpose of life would have been lost. By 50, I'll be sitting with them. But surely if I was in India, I would not have been allowed even to live. That's the ultimate truth, the way it was going on and the way it is going even now. Anyone who revives that original indigenous, ancient, that enlightened version of Hinduism. See, Hinduism has multiple versions. In the modern day, the Christianized version, Islamized version, Westernized version, materialization, the materialistic version. Hinduism has multiple versions. Anyone who tries to live or revive the ancient, authentic, indigenous, enlightenment-centric Hinduism, the enlightenment version of Hinduism, anyone tries to revive or works for it, they are eliminated because they are the threat for people who are trying to dilute Hinduism by Christianizing it, Westernizing it, modernizing it, using it for political purpose, political advantages, using Hinduism for their materialistic advantages, all those vested interests. People who are interested in Hinduism for any reason other than Hinduism itself, for all of them, this indigenous Hindu enlightened masters are the threat. Anyone who touches, promotes the indigenous, enlightenment-centric, authentic, traditional, Hinduism, the enlightenment version of Hinduism, will not be allowed to live in India. They won't be able to live. You will be surprised. Recently, in Tamil Nadu, the government officials have ordered the kids of the parents, even along with parents, cannot do any of the Hindu rituals like firewalking or that spear piercing in the tongue. It's our family custom. I still remember when I was hardly able to walk, along with my mother and my Guru Kuppammal, I did the firewalking in Draupadi Amman temple in Thiruvannamalai. By the time I was 7, 8, I have done this spear piercing in my tongue, in my body, in my aunt's village, Kuvanur. My family was the head of a village called Chamundi, and my father's sister was married to a family who were head of the village called Kuvanur, and that village temple, there is a Shiva temple and Subramanya temple. In that temple, there is a festival. Still, I remember. I was taken to that festival and where I did that tongue piercing and even in the body, the piercing. It's a family tradition, indigenous lifestyle. All this has so much of benefits to make the child immune to physical, mental pains, It's a very powerful way of training. Now, in Tamil Nadu, they passed an order. No children, even along with parents, will be allowed to do any of these rituals. How much all this has done good to me, I know. Fire walking, this Alagu Guttudal, all this, how much good it has done to me, I know. After some time, almost I became addicted to all of it. I started enjoying it so much. Everywhere, wherever, whenever it is possible, I'll start go and attend those rituals and those temple functions, festivals. In India, we have the tradition of invoking Mother Parashakti in children. Those kids, not only they walk on fire, they dance on fire and they give Arulvaku. All these traditions, don't want to utter from my mouth. Just by one order, over. In the name of human rights. So, now, what will happen? Already, like now, this present generation, how the kids are, give them gadgets, 24/7, they will be addicted. By the time they are 13, having boyfriend, girlfriend, breakup, bestie, all this, they already know and they are going through it. They are experiencing. By the time they are 15, already two boyfriend or two girlfriend breakup, and 16, depression, psychiatric drugs. So this is the human rights. All the indigenous practices are destroyed. Kids are forced into drugs, either legally permitted psychiatric drugs or illegal drugs on their own. Listen, if I was in India and uttering these words, in few hours they would have arrested me. Paramashiva is protecting me. Kalabhairava is protecting me. I am safe, so I am even uttering these words. Because all of them are protecting me. Listen. Instead of spending my time and space with them, I decided to spend with the right people and right team. Sat in the Paramashiva space, organized myself properly, built a right team, right space, started doing right work. Now, we already have not only Kailasa, the Hindu nation, we are already having many countries, diplomatic relationships and recognitions, multi-level recognitions. There are some countries recognized me as a Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and given their highest honor, respect. There are some countries given even awards. Some countries have recognized the Kailasa nation. And some countries have recognized the persecution. Many of the international global bodies, including United Nations, many of the international entities, global entities, we have got multi-layer recognitions. The secret is only one. Listen. The secret is I decided to spend my time and space in right direction. That's all. Listen. Even if you have a self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred, decide to spend your time and space on conscious sovereignty this Chaturmasya. This Chaturmasya till Navaratri, Dasami, Vijayadashmi. Decide to spend your time and space on the great truth, conscious sovereignty. Decide to realize conscious sovereignty. I don't know when meditation will become illegal in India. As on now, yoga and meditation is not illegal in India. So at least start doing that practice. And raise yourself towards conscious sovereignty. In Hinduism, every practice, whether the piercing or the firewalking or Pachapatni Vratam, every practice is to empower you with conscious sovereignty. That's all. I tell you, till now, we don't have a single case. A child is dead by firewalking, the child is dead by the piercing, never, not even one case. But there are many cases. Kids falling into mental disorders, physical disorders, dying, committing suicide with this heavy import of ideas into India and destroying the indigenous lifestyle. I wanted at least all my disciples to know till 15th October. So August, September, October. These 3 months. We call it Chaturmasya because by the Hindu calendar, from Purnima to Purnima is calculated. So, from Guru Purnima to Vijayadashmi. Usually after Vijayadashmi, that 2-3 days, there will be celebration, and that Purnima, the Purnima to Purnima is Chaturmasya. After Vijayadashmi, the sannyasis have to start moving. So listen. So from this Guru Purnima to Vijayadashmi, decide to spend your time and space for conscious sovereignty, especially focused on manifesting powers through conscious sovereignty. Understand? Actually, I am waiting to open the Kailasa for all of you because layers and layers and layers of the great truths which Paramashiva manifested, the powerful methods, techniques, powerful detox methods, all ready. Actually, if you had any solution from me, powers from me, this before Kailasa, from India, through initiation, Aushada, any of it. Now the solutions I have, Aushada, solution, everything, is at least 1,000 times more powerful. 1,000 times more powerful Aushadas, solutions, detox methods. When people suffer, I feel, oh God, all it takes is one initiation and one Aushada. If I give now, that's all. This person will be cleared, whether it is mental problems or physical problems, because this Aushadas work straight on the right parasite and pulls that parasite out over. See, for 10 years, you may be struggling, suffering with some patterns like frustration, anger, delusion. Just only one pinch of Aushada and one initiation, that's all. That Aushada straight goes, pulls the parasite out, parasite leaves your body by next day morning. You won't even remember you had this delusion, you had this problem. Such an extremely simple solution are available. Even for power manifestation. All those great things. Last 3 years, Paramashiva is continuously downloading. Actually, I feel Paramashiva kept me away from the society to do some great work. If I was continuously attending to people living in India, per year, if I help 1 crore people, 10 million, I think now, once the Kailasa opens, per year, I can help at least 10 crore, 100 million, 1,000 times better, because the whole science now revealed to me by being in this continuous samadhi, not just raised my system to the next level, it has prepared my system to initiate masses. I am extremely grateful to Paramashiva for these 3 years of absolute love, peace, joy, compassion. I was never bothered about death. I died long before. I had a death experience long before. I am kept alive by Paramashiva to do this work. Do not want body damage before I complete this work. That's all. Human beings can start putting load, stress, more work or Paramashiva by trying to damage this body if I was in India. At least now, Paramashiva has kept me in a safe, peaceful place. Kalabhairava protecting me personally. I could see so much. Paramashiva has prepared me to do my work, to do the right work in a matured way. I should say that now I can have a matured conversation with humanity, because everything needed to manifest Kailasa is ready. Let me be very honest with you all. Even I did not expect we will be recognized by so many countries in so many levels, multiple levels. Even I did not expect. Just these 3 years. So many levels of recognition. This Chaturmasya, it is only started just now. On Guru Purnima itself, we have got more than 200 commendations, like recognitions. By that time, I think this 4 months over, this 41st Chaturmasya, we may have at least 10,000 commendations, recognitions. Please understand, we are publishing only non-legal, like commendations, recognitions, honor, all that only we are publishing. All that legal recognition, which is as per the international law, like embassy relationships, those documents we don't publish because the diplomatic relationships are classified documents. That is not published. So many of you don't even know the legitimacy Kailasa has achieved internationally. There are only few things published in public, like UN recognizing the persecution of Kailasa and SPH. I think some 2-3 reports, the COVID care. These are all the public documents we published. But many things like a legal recognition, we have not published for various reasons. It's a classified document. The diplomatic relationships and diplomatic agreements for various reasons. But I want you guys to know just by deciding to spend my time and space with the right people and in Samadhi, just in last 3 years, the amount of work done and actually still this Guru Purnima till now, all the recognitions which can be publicized, which is not classified documents, even that we have not yet released it to all of you. The San Jose city mayor has given recognition, and so many from so many countries. The sister city agreements have been signed. The home country agreements have been, host country agreements are signed. Diplomatic relationship, full-fledged diplomatic relationships are signed. Appa. All this was possible because of Paramashiva's grace and the way he made me take the right decision. I give you the technique, key. Spend your time and space to manifest your conscious sovereignty. I tell you, conscious sovereignty will give you the higher purpose and everything you need to manifest that higher purpose. Non-involvement, cunningness, cheating, with all these emotions, if you spend time, by the time you are 50, you will be just deluded, cheating yourself, frustrated. With what you spend time, you will manifest that. That's all. I just decided I am going to spend my space and time with Paramashiva and manifest conscious sovereignty as he guides me. That's it. Guidance also came inside From inside, I tell you, when Paramashiva ordains, he sustains. I am seeing clearly how this whole thing is evolving. We have now completely compiled the first volume of Kailasa's jurisprudence with thousands of Shastra Pramanas and compliance, Hindu compliance standards for thousands of Shastra Pramanas, with thousands of Shastra Pramanas. Above all, the foundation, the sacred book of Hinduism. See, Hinduism has sacred books. But if I have to introduce through one book all the sacred books of Hinduism, that book only is now compiled as Jivan Mukti Bhashya. In that book, I have given the basic Upanishads from Vedas and Brahma Sutra, Bhagavad Gita. This Prasthana Traya. This is the foundational text for the whole Hinduism. All Sampradayas agree, including Buddhism and Jainism. Please understand that. See, they may fight, negate, but the foundation, this 3-book forms the foundation. All Sampradayas agree. Like how the Om is accepted by all Hindu Sampradayas. Even Jains chant Om. Buddhists chant Om. How the Om is accepted by all Sampradayas of Hinduism. Same way this Prasthanatraya is accepted by all Sampradayas. Even for disproving Hinduism, they touch only Prasthanatraya. If somebody wants to abuse Hinduism, if somebody wants to explain Hinduism, somebody wants to revive Hinduism, somebody wants to abuse Hinduism, somebody wants to attack Hinduism, somebody wants to legitimize Hinduism, or somebody wants to make Hinduism illegitimate, Prasthanatraya is the book they attack. When somebody wants to revive, they explain the Prasthanatraya properly. When somebody wants to abuse, they attack these 3 books. So this becomes the fundamental text for Hinduism. Core text. This core sacred text. My commentary. In a way, I should say the decoding. The original intention of the text is translated and elaborated. The first edition has come out now. Of course, I'll be adding more because I wanted to add all the 108 Upanishads and all the Brahma Sutras. That will continue. But the first edition has come. This forms the basic book, sacred text of Hinduism. I want all of you to study this. Understand? I want all of you to study this. I tell you, I myself wanted to start class, Shastra Adhyayana and Vakyartha Sadas on this Jivan Mukti Bhashya. The book title will be The Sacred Texts of Hinduism. The subtitle will be Jivan Mukti Bhashya, Living Enlightenment Commentary by Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. The author name, that's all. Author means the translator and commentator, Bhashyakara. The original book is revealed by Paramashiva himself. Paramashiva himself revealed in Vedas, all the Upanishads. It was compiled by Paramashiva's incarnation Rama. And then Paramashiva's incarnation Vyasa compiled Vyasa Sutras. And Paramashiva's incarnation Krishna compiled Bhagavad Gita. That is why Bhagavad Gita is considered as Upanishad. Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre. So every chapter, it insists Bhagavad Gita is a Upanishad. Shruti, not just Smriti. Even though it is part of Mahabharata. So, Paramashiva's direct revelation, Upanishads, compiled by Ramachandra, incarnation of Paramashiva. Then, Paramashiva's incarnation Vyasa compiled the Brahma Sutras, Vyasa Sutras. It is called Vyasa Sutras. Then Paramashiva's incarnation, Krishna, compiled Gita. So now, all the three books together, the commentary is available. All of you start reading. Soon I will start the classes on it. Let's focus on manifesting powers through conscious sovereignty. This 4 months, Chaturmasya. I'm not going to wait till the time I'm able to open the Kailasa for all of you to come and have initiation. I'm going to start the process, classes, preparing all of you. This Guru Purnima is usually called even as Vyasa Purnima, and it is also celebrated as Vyasa's Jayanti. have at least 6 projects, spiritual gifts, just ready to be opened and shared with you all. I'm just waiting for the right time to open the Kailasa to share all the 6 with you all. So drop your self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial. Spend time and space with conscious sovereignty and power manifestation signs. You will simply manifest what you want. That's all is the ultimate truth. Having patience till your self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial cracks, till your arrogance comes down, till your delusion leaves you, till the parasites leaves you and your system is detoxed and you come down and settle down with your Paramashivatva, till that becomes your manifested reality. Not just perceived as experience, even manifested as powers. Spend time with conscious sovereignty, truth, and Paramashivatva. I tell you, spend time these 4 months as much as you can. Drop all these time wasting things in your life. Stop all stupidity, television, confusion, delusion, constantly notifying your cell phone and social media. Drop all stupidity for these 4 months. Only conscious sovereignty related work and conscious sovereignty related practices, study, cognizing, internalizing, thinking through, Vakyartha Sadas. Let's focus on conscious sovereignty. So understand, just start spending time with your conscious sovereignty. Now this book, Jivan Mukti Bhashya, And the methods like power manifestation, to manifest your conscious sovereignty, spend time and space on this. Decide other than your survival work. Like, for example, if you are doing a job, I think most of you lost the job. There is no job. There is no work. The planet Earth is shrinking. There is no work. If you are doing some work from home or some business, do that. Other than that, spend all your time just on this one. Working on manifesting conscious sovereignty through power manifestation. These 4 months, I'll also start giving more and more programs. All these 6 gifts, as I told. I'm waiting for opening the Kailasa to all of you to give. There are some gifts I can give even now. I will start all those programs soon. One of the greatest gift Paramashiva has given, I'm waiting to share with you all, is Paramashiva Nadi reading. I don't know how many of you know this. Agastya Nadi, Sugar Nadi, the different Nadis are there. From the palm leaf, they will read out your whole story. Past, present, future. Paramashiva has given me Paramashiva Nadi directly from Kailasa. It's ready. Soon, I'll share with you all the gift. First of all, I have to give the long introduction. Exactly what is Paramashiva Nadi? See, it's like a palm leaf. Actually, on that palm leaf, there will not be any letters. Whoever comes and sits in the front, their past, present, future will simply appear in that palm leaf. If that palm leaf is shown to you, you will be able to read. The letters are there. But after you leave, somebody else comes and sits. The whole letters will be different. His past, present, future will be there. The palm leaf bunch will be same. Totally, it will be like a 200 or 300 bunch. When you give your thumbprint, they will pick up the bunch of your thumbprint. And then open. The readings will be exactly for you, including your name. And after you leave, the next person comes and sits. The letters in the palm leaf will be different. Same palm leaf bunch. Paramashiva has given the Paramashiva Nadi directly from Kailasa. Soon I'll start